Thank you, Pooja ji, for so much fantastic summary explanation. And thanks, Sunil Pandey, sir, for invitation. You invited me as a for guest lecture. So thanks a lot.
Welcome.
So I'm privileged to be here. Okay. Because Gautam Hazare sir has all dimensions he has covered, so I will not take all the dimensions. So I will summarize what he has done in data sense, what and data processes, how we are moving ahead on AI, ML, and those models. So very beginning, I will start with the philosophy, operating philosophy, how we are. So just I'm sharing my slides. Yeah. So everybody able to see my slides?
Yes, sir.
So just it's overall completely you are able to see, or some part it's missing?
No, sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
So data science, when it started, the data science itself, science is there and data is there, right? So it's I can't say it's a completely data science of data. Some art is also there. Okay. So because a lot of we are playing through data and a lot of art skills are also required apart from science skills, right? So so it's mostly data science started operating like a startup. We started with this, and adoption occurred in pockets through delivery and innovative solutions to fill capabilities gaps. So overall, 5 dimensions I had bucketed how paradigm shift happened through early adopters and mainstream adoptions. So there is certain boundaries. Early adopters were in advantageous situations. So 4-5 dimensions which I identified. Depending on that, I will bifurcate those early adopters and mainstream adopters. So data science in the initial phase, we started as a startup, but now mainstream adoption is going on. What paradigm shift happened in those things? So dimensions I had identified: demand generation was first dimension, leadership style, scope, value delivery, and then operationalization, how to operationalize those things. So early adoption was driven by executives, top level executive like CEOs, CTOs, right? And leadership style was visionary. Then scope was broad to build the foundation for the data science, AI, ML things. Then value delivery. So value delivery, what was value delivery in the early adoption? Innovation, innovative approaches to any problems, whatever problems were there. So innovative approaches were started, okay? And operationalization, warm handover to end users. Then next, how we can mainstream adoption, we can paradigm shift to mainstream adoptions, and depending on the same dimensions, bottom up approach we will start with, where driven by customers. Now all the engagement for mainstream adoptions are driven by the customer. Those are customer driven. Okay. And then leadership style here is primary directive. So customers are directing us and we are executing according to that. Then scope is totally focused on delivering solution, whatever problems were customer facing. So we are resolving those problems through solutions. Then measurable ROI, return on investment, and active support to operationalize so that we can deploy those solutions, customer solutions. So these are the paradigm shift which happened from the early adoption to mainstream adoptions. Then next part is, if you can, in one presentation I had shown you data management, machine learning, and application and processes. Here you can see data management. You have transaction data, customer data, product data, services data, market feeds, mobile data, finance data, marketing, all kind of n number of data you have, right? Your whole enterprise data, and plus big data, right? Where text format data is there, video, audio, weblogs, email, image, social feeds, everything, all kind of data is there. Now this data is getting fed to your machine learning or AI model. But prior to moving to machine learning or AI consumption input, that data should be cleaned. That data, I will talk mostly on data part, what things will do, right? So data management is very key aspect, data governance, data management. So most of the focus will be focus will be data management and processes around that data, because we are talking on AI ML, but in India itself, all the companies, most of the companies or organization enterprises, they have data, but they don't know what they need to do with that data. So we need to see data is asset. Every organization is now seeing data as an asset, but it has certain values, but we don't know what values. So through that data, we need to inculcate something, some data massaging we need to do, some correlation we need to do, and that's how value is, we are getting values from that data. And then on top of that, as an input, ML and AI is consuming that data, right? To drive whatever insights or whatever use cases we are implementing. But first ladder is the data, okay? Then application and processes, because machine learning AI is also somewhere embedded in systems, right? Where manually we are not driving that ML and AI algorithms. Somewhere it is integrated with or deployed with your enterprise systems. Application and processes are there. So main target is to improve customer experience. Number one. So customer experience in all aspects, be it in all domain, healthcare, finance, or banking, or anywhere. So only two aspects: improving the customer experience and automating your business processes. So how you can improve your customer experience depend when you will automate all the business processes. So certainly customer will be very appreciated and experience will be very good. So overall, I can say that data management is the key. So next part is the key trends, which right now we are seeing in 2020 onward, 22 onwards. Data observability. Okay. So what does it mean? It means data observability. It's means it's managing your complete data health and current state of the data in your systems. What kind of data you have? It's not only monitoring. You are completely measuring the health of the data, whether it is in the process of consumption. You can consume that data for AI or ML. If health means quality, data quality, any missing attribute, low level things, we can check data quality things, right? So missing data should not be there, right? So a lot of things we need to take care of. So that data observability is now every organization is ensuring. So this one area, because from last few years, our focus was data exposition. We were collecting data here from this system, from that system, right? But how we will ensure that that data is properly kept in your systems, and data health is proper, and you can use that. So after data exposition, next phase was data democratization. Democratization means we were training our guys, our people. We were teaching them what is data, what kind of data you are having, then training them, because we need to keep our organization data-driven organization, right? So that's how, if your organization is data-driven, that's how you can implement your AI and ML aspects, right, in your organization. Without data-driven, you can't survive. Even profitability, revenue, everything is driven by the data, right? So data governance became the key structure enabler to smoothen your data flow across the organization, and data owners are on the hot seat. Like I'm presently global data architect, global data lead. So I'm on very hot seat, and I need to ensure where my organization is heading towards, in what direction I need to drive my organization, right? So most of the organization now, they are looking one data mesh technology, data mesh framework. Now that shift happened in data management right now since last 1 and 2 years. People are talking on data mesh. Earlier you have heard data lakes. Prior to that, data warehouse was there for storing data and doing all the OLAP reporting analysis, right? We were doing in data warehouses. So that data warehouses got augmented into data lake. Augmentation happened because of cloud technologies. So data lake data warehouse augmentation to data lake. Now after data lake, data mesh is new approach, which is now in modern systems. It's actually distributed architecture for analytics data management, and it makes your data accessible anytime, available, discoverable, secure, and interoperable. So it's a faster access. You can do faster queries, and you can fire your queries in microseconds, milliseconds. You can get result sets. You can get translation of that data into faster, that can be translated into faster time. So ultimately, data transportation will be not required, because it's a totally virtual setup framework. So that is the one key trend 2022 onwards. So next is the how we are delivering our data science projects. So earlier, earlier time, we were doing project oriented approach. In all projects we were delivering, that was IT implementation, one IT implementation. So performance was measured, then people were viewed as a resources, and temporarily they were assigned on projects, correct? And then request was time based, that in certain deadline start and in time of the execution of those projects were happening. Then your emphasis was efficient project management. So that was the key project oriented approach. But now focus is changing from project management approach to capability oriented approach. So here in capability oriented approach, what we are doing, delivery is capability and process driven as part of the whole business decision making. So that's how paradigm shift is happening in delivery also, right? But when we are delivering data science projects, so this capability oriented structure we are following. People align themselves to their capabilities, and the resourcing model also are scaling up as long as demand ends. So then requests are also issued on going and serviced until completion, and open innovation to continuous improvements. So CI/CD model we are doing right now in capability oriented approach, right? Continuous improvement, and continuous delivery. Then way of working changed. Now whole project or delivery is driven by the business, business led. Okay. Then business value driven. Then it's agile and flexible. Then whatever people are deployed, they should be agile and flexible. So that's why agile approach. All the digital projects we are now engaged, doing our engagement in agile mode. So these are the capabilities which way of working also got changed. Continuous service model has been changed, and we are driving innovation and changes. Then what value addition we are now generating? More focused and efficient delivery we are ensuring. Then actual business benefits are getting measured. Some matrices we are creating, and then better application of resources we are getting. Then improved speed and quality of decision making we are getting. These are outputs, value additions, which we are getting after execution model changes, capability oriented model changes. So why I'm not talking on all the AI, ML already use cases and everything, Dada sir has explained. So so I'm not repeating that. So one business case also I will explain, and overall perspective I will give you, which he has briefed most of the areas. So if you can see overall perspective here, so profitability on top, if you can see profitability is there, right? Then omni-channel experience, it's a banking use case. In one slide I tried to put all the aspects in one slide, where how engagements are reimagined, how AI powered decision making we are using in banking sector, how core technology and data, what are technologies we are implementing, we are putting in place for executing those use cases. Then what are operating models? So first, if I will start from the bottom, operating model, if you can see the 9th point, platform operating model. So there, autonomous business processes and tech teams are involved, and agile way of working is there, remote collaboration. Now everybody is working from home, we are not in office, so we are working from home. So that's the flexibility operating model now we are doing, right? We are engaging that model, and through that model you can do those remote collaborations. Team is there, this all kind of team meetings and those things we are doing, Microsoft team meetings. Then your modern talent strategy, hiring, everything is involved in platform operating model. Culture and capability. So these are the 4-5 areas where we need to take care of operating model of any engagements. So banking, I was explaining banking project. So here core technology and data come on 8th point, core technology and data. What core technology and data we are moving ahead with? Data management for AI world, as earlier I spoke that first data management is required. Then modern API architecture we need to choose, which will support our AI ML executions. Then intelligent infrastructure, AI operation, command, hybrid cloud setups, everything. Then following the core modernization of across your enterprise. Then cybersecurity is the ultimate one area. So these are the pillars. On the basis of that, core technology and data is dependent. So then AI capabilities. On top of this data capabilities, we are building our AI powered decision making capabilities, where as Dada sir spoke on AI capabilities, NLP, natural language processing, voice analytics. See, nowadays you are seeing banks are using chatbots, right? There is no customer care center who is our manual process. They are not sending messages. That is automated message we are getting. That is through chatbots. So voice chatbot is also, even if you need to block your cards, so automated systems, you are dialing automated system numbers, call center numbers, and automated response you are getting, and you are inputting your response, and your card is getting blocked, right? So all things are, so that is voice chat system through voice script analysis, through voice recognition systems that is getting enabled. Then virtual agents, bots are there. Yeah. So chat bots and those voice scripts analysis, both are correlated, because bots are intelligent bots which are also getting trained on some scripts. Okay. So your history data must be there, and depending on that, we are training those bots. Then computer vision is there. Yeah. So a lot of vision algorithms are there in AI, which are getting implemented, and even facial recognition is there, which already Dada sir has explained, Gautam sir has explained. So facial recognition part, blockchain is one aspect which was missing. So now blockchain is also one very important aspect. So banks are using blockchain also, technologies also. Robotics is getting used. And then your behavioral analytics, advanced analytics, machine learning, whatever aspect you can see. Because AI is not without machine learning algorithm, AI, so it's umbrella, AI is umbrella. Underneath machine learning, deep learning, and those algorithms and those things are getting executed. And that's how artificial intelligence you are getting on top. So how we are, after creating these kind of things, certainly banks also are survived on digital marketing. They need to engage with customers. So certain digital marketing strategies also they are deploying. So what technologies, what things they are using? They are using intelligent products, tools, experiences for customers and employees, even internal employees also. So, and then within bank channels and journeys, lot of smart devices, branches, internet, IoT, everything bank is using now. And beyond bank channels also, journeys, they are like different ecosystem, third party partners are there. They are also bringing data, like I think when we are applying for loan, so certainly your background check, your capability, whether you will able to credit your credit validity, how authentic you are, how valid you will able to pay your whatever loans you are taking. So depending on that, they are checking. So third party applications also they are integrating. Then smart services and operations are also part of that. So overall aspect, see how many technologies are in this landscape. Earlier in banking, just simple ERP and database. We had seen 10 years back what was the technology framework there. Single ERP, underline just servers and databases. That's all. And manual, all the people were fetching reports and generating those things, right? Insights from the database itself. But now you can see the landscape, all the AI and powered decision making is going on. Then what I will, my recommendation, I had certain recommendation while executing, because certain projects people also doing here, they are present. So first recommendation is the know your customer. Who is your customer? What is their aspect? What they want, right? So start with detailed discovery of the operating context. In what scenario, why he is coming to us? Then why it is important? Because higher likelihood of success of that project, data science project, is given increased. It will increase automatically, because you will know what aspects they are asking, what aspects we need to engage with, right? So senior stakeholder already with you are talking with. So then your delivery will be also improved and scope will be refined, because that will be clear expectation. There will not be any gap while you are executing your projects. So then second recommendation is begin with the end in mind. Conduct your detailed deployment planning, whatever ML algorithm or anything you are doing, where you want to deploy upfront. You need to check certain things. What are systems? How many changes you need to do in your systems? And that's how your success will depend on the deployment also. So it will promote stakeholder agreement, buy-in, and operationalization plan will also getting into, and your improving likelihood will adoption will be increased. Customer will accept your solution when you will deploy, because all challenges you had overcome through discussion, through collaboration, and all the issues will be resolved in the initial phase. Third recommendation, if you are executing any data science projects, so sell by showing. So generate demand from the customer by rapidly prototyping. Whenever we are demonstrating any project to customer, after creating certain prototype, we need to create certain prototype. And that prototype is very important, because at that time customer will say, no, we want this feature, we want this feature, that feature. So later on, you don't have to revisit and refine your aspects and algorithm not to be trained again, right? So it will increase your success, right? Then your storage will be whatever storage you are creating, it will be successful, because you are talking to customer and you are demonstrating it. Whatever if one setup, if one use case he has given to execute, so at least that use case POC you had shown, certain prototype you had created and so on. So now just we need to enlarge Okay. Then next is recommendation will be win-win. Our engagement, whatever engagement we are doing, data science model engagements, so outcome based model should be there, and customers should also be satisfied, and as an executor or company which is executing those projects, both should be satisfied. So alignment should be there, and win-win. It should not be that once we executed that engagement, that project for them, and next time we are not getting those projects. So so that should not happen. Again, you should get projects so that you can execute another set of use cases, right? So it will ensure your partner also accountable for success. Both are accountable for success, right? So next recommendation, turn data into dollars. Now everywhere we talk data, but where is ROI? Whether we converted that data into dollars. So that's very important. Now in changing landscape, ROI is the key theme, where how we are translating our objective, analytics or data science objective, into customer success criteria. How many dollars we saved for the customer, right? So that is key area where we can generate value through the investment in data science tools from the organization perspective, and then we can get those benefits from the customer also. But first we need to invest in our organization certain dollars, certain, and depending on that ROI we are getting from the customer also. So customer also are judging their ROI from their perspective. If they had given agreement, they had given services to, they had given contract to us, what value we had given to them. So that ROI measurement is very, and that should be measured in dollar or INR, whatever sense. Then next recommendation, build once, use multiple times. Always try to build any asset, any algorithm or anything once, because, and use multiple times. That's how you can get revenue or value from that. If you will again and again create new models, new things, so certainly every time you need to invest certain things. So just identify some common areas, common focus areas where you can create your value, create your assets, and then you can get the reimbursement exponentially from the other engagements. Then next is resource for change. So as the governance, design the governance structure and team for operational readiness. Your team and those governance structures should be in such a way that if anybody suppose move from here and there, it should not impact your overall change management, your whole delivery or aspect of the capability. It should not change your total capability. Means you should be designed you should design your governance structure so that failure cannot happen anytime. So proper backups, proper things should be there. So what importance, why it is important? Because provision of core competency is required to ensure delivery and data science projects. So in data science is very key area where, you know, resources are also very important. So suppose one of your key resources are leaving, who is SME. So how you will overcome, how your project will impact and you will fail. So those kind of things, operational readiness, governance structure you need to create, backup structure you need to create, right? Then next is measure value delivered. What value you had driven. Certain matrices internally within your organization you should create. Those matrices should be, some framework should be created for that, and that will generate success stories from tools, what you need to deliver. And then you can even monitor your performance, tool performance, what tools you had used, whether Python, whether any tool sets, what increments, what benefits you got from that. And then I think these are the aspect which I focus. Then next is all aspect already I had explained. Your business value, data landscape, strategies, your data strategies, your complete platform. So these are the aspects which we need to take care of. So I think I will complete my lecture here. So if any questions, certainly I will answer, try to answer.